Good morning, all. We're on day number 36, Leviticus chapter 14 through 15. We're talking about purifications and becoming ceremonial cleansed. In this case, right, we're talking about the Levites, their job, what they had to do, what the people of Israel, what constituted to being a sin, and in these chapters we're talking about swords. If people had swords, they would have to, like men, they would have to shave their facial hair, their eyebrows, all of their hair. They would have to shave all of that. Anything they touch would be unclean. I believe God was really just trying to teach them how to be clean people, and not to allow contamination. That's just my idea on that. Also, with the discharge of bodily fluids. If someone spit on you, how you had to wash. If someone touched you after like the men in their semen discharge, how if they sat on anything, if they were in this semen discharge, as if they were, I guess, sickly semen discharge, diseases type thing, then everything they touch would be considered as unclean, and a lot of things they touched, any bodily fluids, if it touched certain things, a lot of times it had to be washed or burned. People had to be set apart. Women discharge, maybe like if it was their menstrual cycle time, they were considered as being unclean during that time. And you guys, these people, when they had these issues, bodily discharge, sores, they had to go to the priest. The priest had to determine whether or not they were clean or unclean, and they would have to give offerings. And when I was reading some of the discharge things, or some of the things that were considered as unclean, I giggled a few things like, "Whoa, wow, interesting." Priests had a lot of jobs to do, a lot of they were inspectors, and when there was mold in houses and they had to be purified, and then the dipping of the blood and the dipping of the oil, lots of blood, lots of oil, blood behind ears, blood behind fingers and big toes, and oil behind ears and big toes and fingers, and splashed, and yeah, a lot of that is going on in there. But that was then. Oh my gosh, priests had so many jobs. I mean, people had to see the priest about everything to make sure everything was clean. But that was then, and those are one of the things you have to look at and say, another thing, Jesus Christ, his death did for us. We don't have to do those things anymore. So yeah, reading these scriptures can be boring, at least in Leviticus. Most of the Bible is not boring, but I will tell you something about Levi. Yeah, Leviticus can be a little boring. Just push through, guys. I promise you, it's not going to be much longer. Just push through. Leviticus have less than 30 chapters, and we're already halfway through. Yeah, we are halfway through, and you don't want to skip over anything, because you don't want to hear what God has to say to his people. So yeah, look at what the priest had to do. Look at what what was considered as unclean, and they even talked about the sexual intercourse. If they had sexual intercourse, they were considered unclean until the next evening. Yep, bathe after you have sexual intercourse. That's what it says. Anyway, but yeah, just go through, look at the scriptures, read them. Imagine being in those days, during those times. Thank you, Lord, for the era that I was born in. So, yeah, that was day number 36, Leviticus chapter 14 through 15. And we're pushing through, guys. We're pushing through. And enjoy the scriptures, enjoy the word. And whatever it is God needs for us to learn from that, we have to seek him for understanding in that. A lot of times we don't understand. But you guys are doing a good job. Continue it. And I promise you, the entire Bible is not this boring. It's something about Leviticus, those specifics. But God allowed those to be written for reasons. So let's read through it and see where it goes. And yeah, that was 36, day number 36. Straight, guys. You guys have a blessed day, okay? God bless.